When you hear the words free cakes for kids, what does that make you think? A birthday? A celebration? A treat for being good? Well, here in Winsford, it means something much bigger than that. It means kindness. It means community. It means people stepping forward to make sure no child in our town feels forgotten. Talk Winsford is shining the light on the amazing things happening right now. And today, we're meeting the people behind one of the sweetest projects our town has ever seen. So let's sit down, have a conversation, and hear how this incredible idea came to life and how it's changing lives one slice at a time. Okay, so ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Anna. I started the group Free Cakes for Kids, Northwich and Winsford 4 years ago.
I'm Liz. I've been baking. I'm one of the volunteers for Free Cakes for Kids, and I've been baking for about just over 3 years.
And I'm Denise, and I've been doing Free Cakes for Kids for just over 2 years.
I've seen some photos of incredible theme cakes you've done, from Play-Doh to Paw Patrol and PlayStation. How do you go about discovering what a child's dream cake is, and what's been the most unusual request so far?
When a cake request comes to us, it comes on a form that's come from a referrer. We only work on referral. So the referrer sends us all the details of the cake, and they put in details about what the child would like, ideally, as their birthday cake. And we always try our best to make the cake to the preferred theme. I think Liz remembers the
Crocs shoes themed cake, which one of the bakers picked up and did the most amazing job of with. Anna's husband's got a 3D printer, so he printed a croc cutout, so that out of the fondant, different coloured fondant icing with different coloured crocs across the cake. And Anna makes fabulous themed cake toppers. So there was a Crocs cake topper. I think that's probably, out of all of them, I mean, it keeps us on our toes.
We had some weird and wonderful requests.
Because my son's grown up now, and so that period of time of knowing about, what when he was younger has passed, and I have to look things up, as we all do. Yeah. I was asked for a squishmallow cake and thought it was a marshmallow cake until I looked it up and then realised. But yes, it's great. You can learn things all the time because you get these wacky requests. So
Google's really helpful.
Thank goodness for Google Images.
You work closely with partners like the Green Uniform and Baby Bank and Cheshire Community Foundation. How do these partnerships help you reach the families who will benefit most from a little birthday magic?
Well, Cheshire Community Foundation have given us a grant which allows us to buy things like the cake toppers and ingredients for our bakers to use. Green Uniform and Baby Bank also sponsor a cake once a month. But they will also they're a referrer that will refer cakes to us. So families could go to the Green Uniform and Baby Bank and get in touch with them to ask for a birthday cake.
It's not just, we take referrals from primary schools, secondary schools, from social workers, from children's centres, from health visitors, from NHS, from nurses, from care. So we get referrals from various places where there is a need, and we're asked to do a cake. We'll do our utmost to supply that cake.
For the volunteer bakers, is it more about the baking or the smiles? What's the best reaction you've ever seen from a child or parent when they receive a cake?
We don't have direct contact for a couple of reasons. Safeguarding, and as Denise mentioned, confidentiality. So our cakes go directly to the referrer. The referrer will take it to the family for them to enjoy. I think we do get feedback. It's not very often we get feedback. When we get feedback, it's always really lovely. We also see each other's pictures and celebrate what we've achieved, what each other has achieved as well. You have to know that cake is something that that child probably wouldn't be getting, and so it's going to be a happy smile and give them some joy.
The service is for families who might struggle to provide a cake. How can people in the community who know a family actually go about requesting a cake?
You can get in touch with a lot of different places to get a referral. So your school or nursery, your health visitor, your social worker, any charity working with your family, any organisation working with your family, the Weavervale Housing Trust. Or you can email me at freecakesforkidsnorthwich@gmail.com, or get in touch with us through our Facebook page, which is Free Cakes for Kids Northwich and Winsford, and I will help you out with how to get a referral.
We're also on Instagram.
We are. Yes.
Aside from bakers, what other kind of help do you need? For instance, if someone can't bake but wants to support the cause, are there things like donating cake boxes or gift cards that would make a big difference?
Yeah, really. Our bakers make the cakes. They provide all the ingredients for the cakes themselves. We have had some grants which allow us to buy some ingredients and cake boards and boxes to help the bakers out, but otherwise they would have to be paying for it themselves. So any grant money we get goes directly to the bakers, and it all helps us be able to make more cakes. So we really appreciate any donations of money or ingredients that we do receive.
We have had some donations via things like the food bank
Hubs.
and the hubs mainly, I should say, where they've had maybe excess eggs or flour or something. And certainly the food hub that I'm more familiar with said if they get large catering type packs of sugar or something, they would always give it to us rather than a family directly, because most people wouldn't use the amount, the quantity. But anything, 6 eggs would be good,
And sponsoring for companies or little businesses or any business that would like to sponsor one of our cakes on a monthly basis, we would welcome that. And you will always be credited with the cake, your name. So, a little bit of advertising there for the business as well.
You were recently at a community event in Brio, and you also helped out at the Joshua Tree. What's it like for your team to get out of the kitchen and meet the community face to face?
Liz and I attended the event at Brio, one of them. We just had a really good time talking to everybody. We're really trying hard to spread the word about us, to get people to know that we're here to be used as a resource in the community. So it's really good to be able to talk to people. They always respond really well. We've had some good chats.
Yes, and it's really interesting as well to find out what other members of the community are able to provide as well, because there are so many people doing great work. To be part of that great work network is really important, and it has increased. We've had referrals for some of those people that we would network with at those events. Where the Joshua Tree was concerned, it was a real privilege, really. There was the BBC Big Build for children in need, and we've supplied all the trades with cakes. So each day, probably 3 bakers would the day before bake cakes to take down to the Joshua Tree. I was there. I sort of took them down on the first day, and subsequently until the end of that build, they wouldn't necessarily know there was Free Cakes for Kids. But the fact of the matter is that was our contribution towards the amazing work that was done for the Joshua Tree, and to help the Joshua Tree with that superb work that they do supporting families with children with cancer.
And actually, talking about networking with other organisations, it reminded me of the last event I went to at Brio. We connected with a sewing group. They do sustainable mending sewing group, and as one of their projects, they're going to sew us some aprons,
which is excellent.
So we're looking forward to that, aren't we?
And the Deaf and Support Network, we did a celebration cake for them as requested. Again, one of the people that we networked with in that event.
I think it's always word of mouth that works best in terms of, and people maybe saying, "Oh, I saw one of your cakes," or it was really good or whatever on Facebook. But definitely when people know or maybe meet people, then they're more likely, I think, to make referrals to us.
That's lovely. If that's the community actually working together as well.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think those networking events are so important, where they bring some of those key community players together, where you meet each other. And, oh, I didn't know you did that. That's great, and it might be that we can give back to them, not just a cake, but in other ways. And one of the things that I found out, I've passed on to somebody else. So again, it's that internet working bit that works so well.
Especially since we're a relatively new group, we're still trying to get established, really, in some ways. So yeah, it's really
people
important.
Still don't know about us, so it's so important.
If you could paint a picture of a child's face the moment they see their cake, what do you think that moment means for them beyond just having a dessert?
I like to think about them receiving cake, because cakes are such a big deal now for birthdays, and they can be so elaborate. And for a child who doesn't have much, having a cake that makes them the same as all the other children, I think it's a good leveler, and it's really nice for them to know that they're not any different. They can be just as special as all the other children, and there's no difference between them. It's nice for the children to know that they've got something that's made just for them, with what they would like, whatever they're into, with their name on the top, and they're the same as all the other children.
Yeah,
very individual, isn't it?
Very individual. Yeah, I think it's that it's going to bring joy, and yes, they'll have been to birthday parties. Other children will have had cakes. They've got their cake, and the cakes that go out from Free Cakes for Kids Northwich and Winsford, they are very bespoke to that child. They come out in a professional box with a candle with their age on. Cake topper's got their name on. It's something, and quite often they have little. The bakers will put additional themed things on the cake that they may wish to keep or not. And that might be the only cake. If that's the only cake that child gets for a long time, they'll remember that cake. And for me, I just always think they must be so excited and so happy, and I always hope they enjoy it. We all make these cakes with a lot of love, and hope that that's something that child will remember. So it is important. I'm sure that we wouldn't get to see photographs, and that would be inappropriate. But the idea that kind of their face full of joy and happiness, that they've got a candles to blow out, which most children just take for granted, is so important.
Yeah,
made their day special.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, is there a dream or a goal you have for Free Cakes for Kids over the next year or so?
Yeah, a plan I've had really since the start of the group has been to expand into making birthday cakes for elderly people who might be on their own for their birthday with nobody else to buy them a birthday cake. So just a small individual-sized birthday cake that we can take along just to celebrate their birthday.
Be lovely. Be really good if we can do that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is important, that the bakers actually make the decision themselves about the cakes they make, and I think there would be bakers who came along specifically to bake for maybe older people, because I know there are some people in the community who think they get forgotten. So that would be a really good thing for us to do, I think.
At Christmas, we were asked to provide cakes for the Dementia Cafe, and they were individual cakes. I think there was about 5 or 6 of us that baked cakes. I was one of them. Christmas cakes, so proper Christmas cake, fruit cake, decorated. And part of that was that when you are suffering from something like dementia, obviously it really impacts upon your memory, but something as simple as a Christmas cake can trigger a really happy memory. And that's important to not only the individual, but also their loved ones, that they can see that little bit of recognition. And for me, I really, really loved doing that because it was as enjoyable as doing a cake for a child. It was different because it was a Christmas cake, but you knew that that might spark something, that little bit of memory that otherwise haven't got, and bring that individual that moment of joy, and hopefully enjoy eating it and the taste of it as well, of course, again, bringing memories back. So, and I think for me, same as Anna and Denise have said, it's about getting those cakes to the people that need it. And how lovely it would be if someone's on their own and we can get them a birthday cake. They might not have had one for years, but if they get a little individual birthday cake, if we can make that happen, bring it on.
And I'll just add on top of that, as well as that, spreading the word about that we would like to get involved with that, but spreading the word about everything we do, and that we can be a community baking resource, providing cakes, not just for birthdays, but we also provide cakes for fundraising activities, for children's parties. If there's a charity holding a Christmas party or an event or a half-term party or an activity day, we are able to provide cupcakes or whatever they need for that as well.
Finally, if someone here in Winsford is watching this and feels a spark of interest, what's the one simple thing you tell them right now to do to get involved or find out more?
To get in touch with us. We're a really friendly group. You don't have to be scared. You just have to email at freecakesforkidsnorthwich@gmail.com or get in touch with us through our Facebook page and ask what it is we do and how you can be involved. We're really happy to have as many bakers as we can have included.
And you've got to be able to bake a Victoria sponge cake. You don't need to be an expert decorator. We have a whole range within our group of ability, and the cakes always look great. And if you can put butter ice on a cake and stick sweets on it, that's going to make the child's day. It just is as simple as that.
It's always been really important to me from the start. I had a lot of people that would say, I can bake a cake and I'd like to bake for you, but I'm not very good at decorating. And it's always been really important to me to say to people, don't worry, you don't have to worry about your skill level. As long as you can make the cake, you can put sweets on it, and we can help with the rest.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know about you, but my faith in humanity has definitely risen after hearing about the amazing work Free Cakes for Kids is doing here in Winsford. It's proof that you don't need a fancy recipe to make a difference. Sometimes you just need a little heart, a little flour, and a whole lot of community spirit. They are truly making a world a better place, one birthday at a time. To everyone involved, from the bakers to the donors, you're the icing on Winsford's cake. Thanks for having me, and remember, they say it takes a village to raise a child, but around here, turns out the best way is a village brings a cake. If there's a project in Winsford that you think needs shouting about and sharing, get in touch with me through the social media pages or at talkwinsford@gmail.com. And let's showcase the people, the projects, and the passion we have right here in our town. Thank you very much.